Islam Velemekum. I am John NWAR here for NWAR Astrology. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of December, 2020. Here's your astro drop.
Moon in Libra, Sun in Sagittarius. Charismatic, outspoken, and philosophical. Stimulating, classy, and socially aware. A great time to weigh and balance our emotional output. Perhaps a time of romance, perhaps not. There's a waxing and waning ebb and flow quality at this time. The Moon in Libra, Sun in Sagittarius energy values harmony and tact. However, there's an extra sensitivity abound. Injustice, deception, forced isolation, and disrespect can bring about volatility. All in all, this is an energy of defining the spirit of the times and transmuting that which you are into living art.
The Moon is in Libra and the Sun is in Sagittarius. Now, the Sun is our soul. It represents our collective inner self as well as the collective unconscious that binds us all together. The Moon is the reflection of that soul, it's our emotions and how our souls display themselves here in our everyday reality. Sagittarius is dealing with expansion, ascension, and higher learning, while Libra deals with truth, justice, equality, balance, measuring things out. It also deals with the social aspects, very socially conscious. And most importantly, it deals with beauty in all things artistic. Libras love aesthetic. I'm a Libra sun, in case you hadn't noticed. So the Moon in Libra is also sextiling Mercury, dealing with communications, perception, thought, and our intelligence. So the Moon and Mercury are calling for us to deal with the social aspects of the other, while in Aries, we have Mars and Chiron dealing with the self and dealing with transformation, but also transformation through healing karmic wounds, karmic cycles, past behaviors, as well as finding the force and energy to move forward in those things. So right now, today, we are being called to look at how we can balance and create an equilibrium of spirit within ourselves as well as the others within our everyday life. Venus is in the last degrees of Scorpio, and Scorpio deals with transformation very heavily. And as Venus is in the last degrees of Scorpio, Venus is dealing with values, what we want, our love relationships, cooperation. It's really asking us to dig deep at what it is that we actually desire and what we need right now in this reality. Because right now, especially dealing with the Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, stellium, and Capricorn this whole past year, we have had a systematic deconstruction of all of the things that we knew and loved to be stable, right? That is a very tough thing to deal with for most people. So our values right now have been challenged. We've been asked to reassess our values and reassess what it is that we value in our everyday lives, what else it is that we value in our partnerships and our communications. A lot of people may have found themselves this year separating or parting from relationships, jobs, friends, and family. Some people maybe even have been relocated, removed from their houses. So a sense of stability and structure is going through a very heavy transformative process right now. Chiron and Mars are in Aries, and Mars is sextiling the North Node right now, which is dealing with our direction and the way that we're supposed to be headed towards. It's very important for us to take into account what it is that we want right now in our lives. One of the biggest things this energy right now is calling for us to do is to look within and see where we can find forgiveness. Forgiveness for ourselves and things that we allowed. Forgiveness for others and the things that we may have done or may have allowed. With Venus in Scorpio and the Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, stellium in Capricorn, and Chiron in Aries, they're all making the energy is coming down into Cancer, which is our Imam Kolai. The Imam Kolai is in the 4th house. And the Imam Kolai deals with kind of the hidden self, the inner world, as well as the family structure, the family, your family life, your family home. And it can also deal with the Trinity, the concept of the Trinity. Ran out of battery, so I had to come plug in my iPad. Excuse the location change. So I was saying that Venus in Scorpio, combined with the stellium of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in Capricorn, and Chiron in Aries, is creating a cardinal square all the way down to Cancer, which is our 4th house, also known as the Imam Kolai. The 4th house deals with our inner world, our deeper, darker secrets, subconscious realms, within our waking mind. I don't exactly want to say subconscious as in totally subconscious, but it's more so those deeper thoughts that we keep hidden within. They may be right there in our conscious minds. We might be thinking them all along, but they're not the thoughts that we would commonly be sharing. This can deal also, it's also the family house. The 4th house is the family house. So this can also deal with childhood trauma. There's also the aspect of the Trinity to the Imam Kolai, and that's dealing with the mother, the father, and the child, the Holy Trinity that is created when 2 divine light beings come together and create life. So our Sun and Mercury are in Sagittarius, which deals with far off journeys, long distances. There is energy here that is asking us to look within and see if there is anything in our past, anyone in our past with whom we might hold some weight, too much on one side of our soul. Because right now the moon in Libra is asking us to balance out, right? To spiritually find our equilibrium so that we can move forth towards this Gemini North Node. This eclipse is going to be a big one. Right now is a perfect energy to use that moon in Libra, sacred mediator energy. If there's anyone or anything that you need to get right before we move forward, I'd say now is the time to do so. Perhaps an estranged parent that you haven't spoken to in many years, or recently found yourself having a falling out with. Now I would say be careful about that, because as we all know, there is such thing as narcissistic and toxic parents. And a lot of people, it takes them a lot of time to get over those childhood woundings. And so if you're at a stage in your life, and if unfortunately your family life is not one of such that communicating forgiveness and communicating love, if you feel that it would not bring healing in the situation, I'm not going to advise anyone to go out and get their heart broken. You know, right now it's all about ascension and letting go of that which weighs us down. So don't add any more weight to your soul that your soul cannot bear. We're finding spiritual equilibrium right now. Perhaps it's an estranged love, long lost love, the one that got away. Again, same thing. If this is a relationship that there's no hope for, and it's not going to do anything but bring up old traumas and old pains, don't do it. But if you know in your heart that this is what your heart has desired, if you know that there has been a weight there because you're not living true to what your soul is calling for, reach out. You never know. This might just be the time for healing. All right. Hope that one did what it needed to do for you. Pax et amor, infinite lucem. Peace, love, infinite light. NWAR out.